What's up, everybody? It's another episode of Find Your Beach, the #1 cringe cast. We're talking about all things nasty, butt pimples, ingrown hairs,
the way your head smells after you haven't washed in a couple days,
men who lactate, fingernails that grow through your hand,
dogs that live in the trash.
trash dogs.
Anyway.
Trash Dogs was actually the name of my baseball team.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we lived in the trash, and we were garbage. We were garbage pail kids.
And we were also trash at baseball.
That was mainly because of a lot of waterborne illnesses. And do you have something to say? You seem like you're about to say something.
No.
I'm coming in hot.
You know, thank you. I'm glad one of us is, because I am not.
Yeah.
I'm not. But I do have new hot pants.
Yeah, you do.
They're called hot pants.
That's great.
They got squiggly lines on them.
You look like a real LA babe right now.
I got them from Lisa Says Ga.
So Lisa, if you're listening, send Rosebud some more pants.
Send me more hot pants.
Send her more hot pants. She's trying to look hot.
Yeah.
Which actually isn't hard for you. You look pretty hot.
Wow.
You got a real curvy bod.
Sometimes my husband surprises me with a little dose of love.
Yeah. I'm always very loving.
You
What
actually,
you
are. You are.
Should we just jump into some business real quick?
Sure.
It's been a minute since we checked in with our new patrons, and the beach is getting full. We got some new beaches, and excited.
We got a lot of new beaches.
Excited to invite you all to the beach, and this is fun because we got from down under Jess Jones. She's paying in Australian money, and we're excited for that. We love your Australian
We're
money.
going to throw another Jess on the Barbie, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. And I apologize
if you don't,
for that.
Then
That's actually racist towards Australians.
is it?
But thank you for throwing out.
Is it for real?
Yeah, it's actually going to get you canceled, and I'm going to make sure to edit. I'm going to make that part of the podcast louder.
We're going to get me canceled?
Yes. You're going to get canceled.
Oh,
You're going to have to.
I didn't even get famous.
You're going to have to move upstate and work at a Stewart's,
Okay.
and we're going to have a different life, you know?
That's your dream life, Andy, is to just have
Oh,
me
is it
trapped
my
in a
dream
cabin.
life?
Yeah, you want me trapped in a
Yeah,
cabin?
I would love to be trapped with
wearing
you.
all linen.
Okay, linen is not a cabin cloth. Okay? Get your cloths right.
Cotton?
I mean, cotton is kind of everything. Flannel.
Flannel is a cabin cloth.
What's that cloth that like you just bought yards of?
Okay,
in
we
Little
also
House
got
on the Prairie?
Alexander Lassen.
Alexander Lassen, thank you so much. Welcome to the beach. This one's fun. Evan Serta, new Mahalo member.
Hell yeah.
And here's actually this is exciting. I'm very excited about this. Elena Bradbury. She paid in Norwegian kroners. I don't even know what tier she is because I can't translate this money. But thank you, Elena.
We also got Bren Crow.
Bren Crow.
Bren Crow, welcome to the beach.
Say hi to the crows. We love them.
Meet Katie.
Katie.
Am I reading these right?
Well, they say meet before all of them, so her name is not Meet.
It's
Katie.
just Katie.
It's Katie. Yeah.
I'm a dumbass.
And then Allison Rashcowan, thank you for coming to the beach. Oh my God, we love you guys all so much. We also have one important message. If you didn't get it yet, Luca, Kate wants you to check the Game Day Grails Instagram DMs. She's in the market.
Yeah, if you guys haven't already, go check out Game Day Grails. If you are a new VI Beach member, always remember if you run your own business or you're working for yourself, as a VI Beach member, you get to advertise on our podcast for free because we help each other out. You know what I'm saying?
Also, we'll have sex on video for you.
We will.
That is another perk.
Mm-hmm. For $25.
For $25 a month.
We will fuck on camera.
You can watch us make love, and you'll never want to see it again.
It's like watching Barbie fuck Gumby. You know what I'm saying?
Except I'm Barbie. Mm-hmm. That's the weird part about it.
Because I'm the flexible one.
Okay. And then here's a fun one. Steve Burnstill wrote in, and he said, as a Canadian, I'd like to thank Andy for the concept of hot snow. I will imagine the snow is warm as it pummels me in the face as I shovel 4 feet of flake from my driveway.
Wait, what was this about? I don't remember you. I remember you saying something about hot snow, but I
think
don't.
a while ago I just brought up the fact that I wish there was hot snow, and I think that's a fair request. If you didn't listen to the Patreon episode last week because you're not a Patreon, because you're a fucking dirtbag, we talked about some sexy stuff. We asked you guys for your sex stories, obviously your bad sex stories. One person got it confused, and they were just bragging about how they
fisted a man.
Yeah, they were like, I had good sex. That's not our sex stories that we're looking for.
We're looking for terrible.
Yeah, we're looking for sad, painful,
But we do have one to kind of kick this one off, this episode. I just wanted to give them a taste.
Okay.
Because we got one that came in a little late. Here's an embarrassing sex story for you. When I was in college, go Vikings, I was talking to this guy, and we hadn't hooked up yet, and it was the night that things were finally going to go down. Things are going to go down. I had been studying abroad for 2 months prior, and so there's a lot of anticipation about this night.
What'd you learn about that broad?
Okay. We were at a party before, and I noticed he was drinking a lot. And I noticed he was drinking a lot, but I thought he was just nervous and, of course, assumed he could just handle his alcohol. Huge mistake.
Huge mistake.
Fast forward 3 hours later, we're hooking up, and he goes down on me, and then he starts to kind of slump over as he's down there, almost like he's fallen asleep. As I look down to see what's going on, he pukes all over my lap. Wow.
I think you mean he puked on your pussy, and that's got to be totally scarring. That's got to be, honestly...
That is a yeast infection waiting to happen.
Man, you are so yeast infection conscious.
It's terrifying.
It's a terrifying...
Have you ever had fire ants in your penis?
I've had an itchy asshole since the age of 18.
It's different.
No, this is bad.
It's different.
Sometimes I have to get up.
You remember when I had a yeast infection? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
do you remember
of course.
Wandering the streets looking for diflucan with me?
Babe, of course. You were scratching your vagina on the street.
It was horrible.
And I was so turned on.
I had no choice.
But honestly, my butt...
You had to talk to my mom on the phone. Remember?
Yeah,
Remember Nanny?
That was weird.
My mom had to coach Andy about how to get me through this. She was like, she was going into her own experience. She's like, it really just makes you want to get at yourself with some steel wool. I mean, it was not a great day for us.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm conscious of it.
You're bringing it all back. Well,
okay.
My butthole does itch enough that I've thought about getting a pine cone to keep next to the side of the bed.
Okay. So can I go on with this horrible sex story about this poor woman?
Yeah, you can.
Who's got her pussy covered in vomit? All right. He was so drunk I felt bad kicking him out, so I threw him in the shower and threw my sheets in the wash. Next morning was awkward.
What'd you do with your pussy?
I can't imagine why. And I had to tell him why there were no sheets on the bed. I told myself it wasn't my pussy that made him gag. But my friends love to roast me for that one. One of his best friends ended up marrying one of my best friends, and at the wedding, somehow it got brought up that me and him had dated, and all of his friends were cracking up and couldn't believe they got to meet Puke Lap.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Stinky puss.
That's hard. You got to go through the rest of your life just being like, my pussy's not going to make you barf. My pussy's not going to make you barf. Like every time a man goes down on you after that, you're like, please. I mean, if it happens twice, it's you.
Yeah. Then you got to go.
If it happens twice, you need to visit the doctor.
You got to go to the gyne. Yeah.
But that's the kind of sex story we're looking for.
That's top-notch sex story. Thank you very much. One of the.
It's not about the sex, you guys.
Old school homies of the pod.
We want something. We want to talk about, just like we did with the childhood stories. We want to talk about shame.
Yeah.
Because that's funny.
We were watching Louie the other night. Me and Rosebud's dad were watching Louie at the cellar, and Louis has this joke.
Don't do his joke.
I'm not going to do his joke, but where he says that it's not about something, it's about the shame. And Rosebud's dad is a big fan of like a strong catchphrase, and he just kept repeating all night. He kept on going, "It's about the shame." And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was in between showing us photos of an animal that he'd killed, an elk that he'd killed in Wyoming. He'd be like, "That's its heart."
Yeah, I shot right through its heart.
I shot him once through the heart. He ran 300 kilometers and then
shot him in the
neck and killed him.
He was looking at me, so I shot him in the neck.
That's a direct quote.
The other night, we went to dinner with Rosebuds' dad, and Rosebuds' dad is an intimidating figure. He's kind of like hanging out with a jollier version of Benedict Cumberbatch in the Power of the Dog. Mm-hmm. And Rosebud just left me with her dad, and we had about
He's
2
your
minutes.
father-in-law.
2 minutes of things to talk about, and then we were pretty much just like, yeah, I'm sorry that I'm not more like you, sir. Just tried to ask him as many questions about what he did
as possible.
Yeah. Like, I really tried to get him to talk about it, and it was like he would explain, but at the end of everything, he was just like, nah, you're never going to be part of this family.
Really?
He said that.
Wow.
Whoa!
That's
Jesus Christ. Sorry, everybody. Mouse has a date coming over. Anyways, this is our podcast, and we do this every week, the two of us.
Sometimes
Rosebud's back.
Sometimes we have visitors, like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but the visitors, they just hand us food and walk away.
Can we break from the sex story real quick so that I can ask you a question?
Yeah, I think it's over. We've moved on.
Well, from sex stories, because we're going to read more, right?
I guess so, if you want to. Yeah.
We don't have to. But yesterday, you ordered a salad.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you about this because I checked the salad. I checked the price of it. Mm-hmm. And all said and done, the salad was $28. Mm-hmm. Do you think you should spend $28 on a salad?
I would never spend that much on my Uber account. That was on your Uber account. So
you did it on my Uber account. Your husband, who is a poor, broken manual laborer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
took your money.
You realize that we could go.
I wanted to make you feel
rich.
Yeah, like a husband.
We could go to
the like, hey, stop spending all my money, you dumb broad.
We could have gone to the cafe at Bergdorf Goodman and both gotten salads
for $28.
Well,
somebody hasn't been to Bergdorf's.
You haven't been to that restaurant.
I know.
I have.
You have?
Yeah,
with
I
who?
went with Gavin and G.
Oh, right.
We went to a gallery, and you stayed home, and you were like, I'm going to vape and watch hood Instagram stories.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had fun that day. We all enjoyed our own kinds of art. Mine just happened to be on World Star.
World Star. Who worked for World Star
Bergdorf's.
Here? Who worked for World Star here? Me. Andy.
Did you?
Yeah, I worked for World Star for a season.
Really?
That's where I met Matt Richards. Yeah.
And? How was it?
It was great, although I was kind of like a producer, like I was like basically.
So were you like finding the videos or were you?
No, it wasn't like that. I mean, we had the videos, but it was more like a writer producer, consulting producer. But then when we actually got to production, I would like go into a rapper's green room and I would be like, hey, so here's how the sketch is going to go. And they'd be like, all right, bet. And then I hung out with Playboy Cardi. He skateboarded. Or no, who was that? That was Rich the Kid. Rich the Kid skateboarded the whole time that I talked to him about his sketch. And then also Snoop Dogg came by, and I went to Roscoe's for him. Mm-hmm. And I got him lunch at Roscoe's, which I actually still have the memo saved on my phone of the Snoop Dogg order from Roscoe's. I was pretty proud of that moment. There was an ostrich and a kangaroo at one point.
What?
Well, the ostrich just came with the kangaroo because it was from the same company.
What are you talking about?
They had a kangaroo because they did a kangaroo fight. They did a fake kangaroo fight.
And an ostrich, did they just threw in an ostrich for?
No, like the guy that was delivering the kangaroo just had an ostrich with him. The ostrich didn't come
how
out.
you have ostriches with you sometimes when you're delivering a kangaroo?
It was the same trailer.
Yeah.
I
want to know what the kangaroo and the ostrich were doing together.
Well, they were in
what
separate
are they talking about?
They're in separate compartments, but they were talking about Australia.
And?
They missed it.
Mm-hmm.
They said they missed it. I watched a documentary the other day about the fires in Australia, and there was a large portion of burnt animals, and it fucked me up. I
can't watch that shit.
It was like I was crying on the couch because literally a koala was crying like a person.
I can't watch shit like that.
I was just like, okay.
That was before the fucking pandemic, too. That was like the whole koala population was just burnt to a crisp. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing you know, we were like, we can't be talking about the koalas right now. You know, the next thing we know, we were talking about gathering toilet paper.
Mm-hmm. Masks.
Supplies,
water. That was the beginning of this whole thing. That was exciting. We're coming up on an anniversary too.
We sure are.
Like 6 weeks away.
We're going to revisit the first episodes. I've been told by listeners that have come out to shows that if we don't go back to listen to these episodes, we are severely missing out on like a retrospective of what this pandemic was. Because I'm sure you and I were sitting there on a couch just being like, it's going to be like 3 weeks and then we'll be out.
Yeah, I think also we were probably more young. We were probably younger. You have one right there.
I know, but yours tastes better. Give me your vape. We were probably younger.
Like,
we definitely were younger. That's
no, we had like
how
more.
Time works.
We had like more zest, probably.
Oh, for sure.
More will for life. We were more
Absolutely.
like, let's go do it. You know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, you want me to buy toilet paper?
This is the craziest thing. Right. Is like now that it's kind of like, not that it's over, but now that we're 2 years in and we're done. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's not over, we're all like over it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll be talking to people and it feels like everyone wants things to be exactly the same way that they were, but they're not really connected. Cause I feel crazy. I feel fucking nuts. I'm like, nothing gives me the same joy that it used to. I don't have the same, like, I don't want to hustle.
No.
I just want to like chill and have fun, but also that doesn't feel like enough. So like,
having fun actually just gave me like a literal, I got tired hearing the words have fun. I was like, oh God, have fun?
Yeah.
I want to lay down. Yeah,
it's like this, I feel burnt out in a way, and every time I talk to people, I'm like, don't blow into the microphone while I'm fucking talking.
Vape smoke into the camera.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
It doesn't. It's on YouTube.
Complaints.
I don't give a shit.
From standards.
They can tell people from standards.
The YouTube standards.
They don't have those.
They did.
No, they don't.
They just scrubbed the internet of them, but I got one of their last messages.
They have fart porn on YouTube.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They have farting into cakes.
That wasn't on YouTube. That was on a very deep web thing. I bet Zohar actually was probably there for the filming. I bet he...
Okay, can we fucking get back to what I was talking about?
Yes, we can.
So I just feel like I'll be talking to people about this and they look at me like, what? Yeah. Huh? And I'm like, did you not go through the same shit that I just went through for the last two and a half years, whatever it is it's been? 2 years?
It's almost 2 years. And I agree with you. I think it's like weird when you talk to people and they're like, I don't know what it is, but I just have like a immense amount of sadness all the time. And you're like, yeah, we've all lost everything.
Yeah.
We've lost momentum and connection and will. Half our friends became like Amish parents over the course of 2 years.
Or the other half just completely lost their mind and became like fake influencers.
Yeah, a lot of influencers.
God, the people that really lost it, like that went nuts on social during the pandemic, especially like the celebrities that you saw them like not get the amount of attention that they once got. Demi Lovato went completely off the fucking deep end.
She was already there.
Yeah, I mean...
Babe's been battling a pretty heavy addiction for...
But there's this, at least with heroin, I get it. But when it comes to like... we've hurt the aliens' feelings. I'm like, lady, what you're doing is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. What about influenza, sir? Influenza, sir.
What?
Like an influencer, but it's influenza? Influenza, sir. Influenza, sir.
Influencer?
Influencer. There you go. That's why you get the big bucks, lady. I'll send you a check. I'll send you a paper check.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's just somebody who's like, what's up, fam? I'm here from the couch.
They have a little kid
Sound
cold.
off of the DMs. Yeah.
I love a little kid cold.
Yeah.
I really hope you do a kid cartoon voice someday. You have such a perfect voice for like a kid cartoon.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Oh, rats, guys. They canceled the
ball game.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids are always upset about a ball game.
I mean,
My dad didn't come to the ball game again.
Yeah, your dad's dead, kid.
Shucks.
Yes, a cartoon that just
Jeez Louise.
only one person will acknowledge.
I just sound like Joe Mackey.
Leave me alone. Yeah, we also lost people to just insanity. Like,
yeah,
I can count a handful of people that were like, it's fake. And you're like, all right, well, glad that you did the research in your church.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think we're not even, because it's still going on. We won't see like the full-on repercussions. I'll guarantee you this, though. I'll tell you this right now. Mm-hmm. The next president, if it's not Trump, it's going to be like Trump adjacent. We're going to go full. We're going to swing. Like Biden was like a small little reprieve before we literally get like fucking just a fucking the hillbilly furor of some sort. We're going to get, it's going to go so red, and we're going to have to go to Canada to get abortions and pills.
You think, here's the thing though, is when it does go so red, I'm excited about the taxes.
Great. Love that. That's a good silver lining. I'm going to go visit all the national parks
Andy,
before they get turned into
Andy?
Dolly Worlds.
You and I, my friend, we're filing together.
I know.
So don't act like,
I love to pay taxes. I love them.
You love paying taxes?
Yeah, because I believe in the civil, like I told you, I like big buildings that serve civil purposes, and I like the subway, and I like when the library is good, Like I like all those things. Mm-hmm. That's why I live in a city. I don't give a shit about taxes. That's why I like that they're like, you can call 311 and you're like, hey, this homeless guy is a popsicle. And they come down and they stick a stick through him, and then they carry him to the homeless
you're
popsicle.
Just talking absolute nonsense.
No, if you call 311,
foaming nonsense right now.
If you call 311 and you're like, hey, there's a homeless guy and he's in trouble, they'll send down their little homeless outreach crew. And that's taxes, baby. One time I was in Mexico City, and this lady got off the subway and she was just crying blood. And I was like, thank God I pay taxes in America where they take those type of people away,
Right.
I've never seen a lady cry blood in America.
That's what it's really about for you, is you don't want to see poor people.
I'm poor. I look in the mirror every day. I see a poor person.
Not a crying blood poor person. That's another level.
No, I think she was a bruja. She was
a witch.
La bruja de la calle. Street witch.
You're a fucking street witch.
I'm a street witch.
You are.
I wish we had gutter people in New York still. Gutter people.
Yeah.
They like opened sewer drains and stole a kid once in a while. That'd be great. Everybody was like, like you were like up at Bloomingdale's on 59th, and just a manhole cover comes popping off,
like,
and a bunch
I'm a gutter monster.
Gutter monster.
Right.
Give me your kids. I'm going to teach them my own version of the Torah. And then they just take them. Okay.
I don't know why you had to make them Jewish.
Well.
You're canceled. You're canceled, Andy.
I didn't make them Jewish.
You did.
The Torah is actually just the Hebrew word for the... Anyways. Mm-hmm. Why don't you quit trying to fight against... Yeah, I'm canceling you.
You fucking canceled,
I'm canceling you.
How?
I'm going to tell everybody about how you refuse to recycle.
I already tell people about that.
Well, I'm going to tell them more.
See, when you talk, I get gas.
When you talk, I get older. Okay? So enjoy your gas.
That's happening
dying.
anyway. That's happening anyway.
I'm dying. I have cellular breakdown.
Your hair looks great, though, Andy.
Thank you.
Let's do a quick hair check-in. It's been exactly 7 months?
Yeah.
7 months since you got your hair done?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Sexy. No, it's actually quite a relief. It's a big relief to not have to think about. I mean, I still have, like, if I don't part it or, like, kind of fix it the right way, you'll see where it's still growing in. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I might have fucked it up because I did fuck with it a lot. Like, it might just not grow in those places. But all in all, like the other day when I was at the steam baths.
Let me see. No, I think it will. But you definitely fucked with it so much that I was like, oh my God, he's really going to fuck with this whole thing.
Yeah, but it was like I had painful, giant ingrown hair things on my head. And
you also have a picking problem.
You have a picking problem. You pick the wrong people.
I sure do.
I kind of set that up perfectly.
Sure did.
Anyways,
you set them up, I knock them down,
you're
baby.
You're not more powerful
I'm an
than
influencer.
Me. This is old school, like punchy, tired podcasting.
Yeah.
Do you like this light? I feel like we're waiting to go to heaven right now. That's kind of the impression I get from this color scheme.
That's how I feel every day when I wake up. And I say my prayers, and I write a gratitude list.
To little baby Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. Hi, baby Jesus Christ.
I'm just sitting here waiting to go to heaven.
Can I come live in your kingdom and sit in a chair next to you? Dear baby Christian Jesus baby, can I come sit at dinner tables with you? That's the worst part about heaven. I don't know if you guys know this. If you go to Christian heaven, you have to eat dinner with everybody in heaven, and that table is so long.
Let me ask you something, Andy. If there's a heaven, do you think rapists are there? Do you think rapists get to go?
Rapists? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess if they, in Christian theory, I think there's probably not a heaven. That's the.
But if there's a heaven, don't dodge the question.
Okay, is it a Christian heaven?
Yeah, I guess.
Then yes, if you...
Or it's really a non-denominational heaven. It's not, there's just heaven. And
if you repent and you... I don't know. I believe that all people are inherently good and that everything that happens bad is either a result of economic or emotional trauma, you know? Mm-hmm. So...
or psychological.
Emotional. Same thing.
Same diff.
That's what I think causes people to do bad things. And so,
what if heaven is like a giant pussy? And the rapists are up there just going at the walls.
I do think if you rape somebody and then you die and you're like going to get into heaven, you should have to deal with a little of your own raping, you know? Like a guy should come and rape you. Mm. Like you should think you're going to go to hell. And you get 100 years of getting raped by like a big Icelandic kind of, bodybuilder guy that just pummels you, just kind of fucking fillets you. I know that you're getting turned on by this, but these guys would not like it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. This not your fantasy is their nightmare. Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we figured that out. I've been wondering that.
I like those movies where they people think they're in heaven and then they take a bite of cereal and the cereal tastes like cilantro and they're like, fuck, I'm in hell. God damn it.
Everything tastes like cilantro.
Yeah, they're like, oh, fuck.
God, I fucking hated cilantro.
I knew they'd find out about that little girl.
That would be a special kind of hell, like the kind of hell where you're tortured by little things, little small things, which is kind of like what the pandemic was.
Subtle hell.
Just tortured by subtle, oh, where's my fucking mask?
Yeah.
And oh, shit, I'm on a plane. Somebody won't stop fucking coughing.
Yeah.
Like it's 2019. Have
you
you heard somebody cough on a plane? No. I want to turn around and be like, do you know what year it is?
I mean, I just feel bad for anybody coughing because it's like they might just have gone down the wrong pipe,
Yeah. And now people just think you're trying to kill everybody.
If you could. Mm-hmm. When you were flying over New York,
Christ,
and you're just you're trying to go home, and you had the option to pull a little lever, mm-hmm. and then you fell out of the plane
in the seat.
Hold on, yeah, you're in the seat, but you have a parachute.
Yeah,
and it's up to you. You have to aim,
Uh-huh.
But you can go home that way?
Or you land.
You have to go to JFK.
That's a good question. Did I check a bag?
Yeah.
I checked my bag.
But if you pull the thing, your bag goes with you. Okay. And also, extra Biscoff. But you could also die.
What do you mean? Do I have a parachute or not?
Yeah, but if you don't pull it right, you're fucked. All right?
Then I'm going to go to JFK. That's a really easy question.
I mean,
If it was a guarantee.
What kind of world are you living in?
If it was a guarantee that I was going to live, then it's a fucking tough question to answer.
Guarantees, babe.
Andy, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. You keep fucking changing the rules.
No, I didn't change the rules.
You did. I said, did I check a bag? You said your bag comes with you. That was a fucking rule change right there.
What do you want?
Second rule change was you also might not live.
Here's the thing.
I'm like, this motherfucker just said I had a parachute. And the listeners heard you and I heard you.
Here's the thing. Your bag comes on its own little parachute. Okay? But like anything, there is human and technical error. And if you don't pull the ripcord on your fucking parachute soon enough, yeah, you're going to die. Or let's say you aim wrong and you land on a really steep roof.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
God damn you.
There's an automatic parachute.
Mm-hmm.
You and your bag land safely. Mm-hmm. It's just a question of, do you have the aim to land in your neighborhood? That was the question. Do I trust my ability to guess from looking out of an airplane window that I could land in the right place?
Okay.
Now, where am I coming from?
Well.
What airport?
Denver.
Denver.
Yeah.
Flying into JFK?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can do it.
You think you could do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do.
Here's another question.
Okay.
You do have the option to get, when you fall, you can, instead of pulling the parachute, you can pull a thing that makes you into like kind of a big bouncy ball. But then you have to bounce for a while until you land, until you stop bouncing. It's safe.
Do I turn back into a human?
Yeah. You're always a human. You're just in the middle of the bouncy ball.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just I morph.
No, obviously not.
Okay, you're right. That was unrealistic.
Yeah. Don't be stupid.
We were getting ridiculous there for a second.
Yeah. What is this, the fantasy podcast?
Not
hey, I'm a
even.
Pokemon Go.
Okay, so
more like Pokemon Ego.
Listen,
you
if
got
I was
a lot of ego playing Pokemon on your job.
How did that feel? Did you feel good about that?
I did.
Well, you were wrong.
Okay.
So how long do I bounce for?
Well, okay, you think like a bouncy ball? When you bounce it, it's probably got a good, I don't know, 5.
Is it hard rubber? Or is it like beach ball?
It's hard rubber. You're bouncing like a bouncy ball.
Oh, God. That.
But you do get a free upgrade for that if you do that.
Okay, but can you bring someone else with? Can we do it together? Is that an option? So you're in the same bouncy ball together?
Yes.
Yeah, I would do it. Because that would be fun as fuck. That's the greatest ride ever.
Yeah.
You drop from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking thousands of feet.
Thousands of feet, yeah.
But here's the thing. From the sky, and then you bounce.
But here's the thing.
Shut up, mouse. You're not allowed to come.
Yeah, you're not even on this trip.
Don't let dogs do that.
Okay, but like here's the thing. Like, let's say you hit the corner of like a building.
No,
you're bouncing.
I know what you're about to do.
You're bouncing that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna go boing, and then you might hit 2 buildings and go boing, 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 boing. You know?
Right. I think I'm still gonna take a chance. I think I'd still do it.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it if I was like over 45.
Would you prefer that over the parachute?
No.
Okay.
Just for ease. Unless the bouncy ball automatically takes you home.
All right, here's another question. You have the option to pull a lever.
This is truly the dumbest conversation we've ever had.
It's a good conversation.
But it's so stupid.
It's not stupid. What are we talking about? Important stuff? Earlier we heard about somebody throwing up on somebody's pussy.
That was hard-hitting news.
That wasn't hard-hitting news because we
Sure
don't have all
was.
the facts.
How long can this podcast go on for?
Oh, the rest of our life. We're going to be elderly people, and we're going to be talking about how your vagina tore when we tried to have sex.
Oh, God, it's giving yourself a lot of credit.
Your paper-thin perineum. No. So here's the other option. Ready? You pull a lever.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're falling, but you are on a saddle, right? And the saddle is attached to a diving bird. And this is a big fucking bird. I'm talking, it's big. It's big enough.
Ostrich?
It's a flying bird. Yeah, an ostrich. So
An ostrich who can fly.
No.
All right.
Like the size of a Honda Civic, but with wings that were
Okay.
proportionate.
Okay. So a dragon.
Yeah. So you're on this bird, but here's the thing. No idea what the bird's going to do. Like, you can't control the bird. Like, eventually it's going to land and you'll be able to get off, but you might just be on a bird trip for a while. Would you do that or land at JFK?
Can I ask you a question? Are you genuinely mentally retarded?
No. I'm at the height of clarity. This is me evolved. I'm starting to learn about the planet.
So I sort of like tuned out the whole first part until you said there's a giant bird.
Yeah.
So what was the option? I'm sorry.
Go to JFK.
Go to JFK or
Ride a giant bird.
For as long as the bird wants you to.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Mouse climbed on my lap for this one. She's saying bird. She wants to go on the bird.
Of course. Well, who wouldn't?
Okay, but here's the other thing. What if when you're flying on the bird, it just over and over, it just goes, never ending story. But that's the only part of the song that it knows.
Does it hum the rest? Or it just keeps on repeating the story?
No, it just keeps repeating that.
Oh, God. You know what? I really, really, really did not like Falcor's body.
No, me either.
Because it
hate
had scales.
Yeah, it was gross. It was like a dog with a skin condition.
Yeah, that's what I felt about it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Is there anything you want to plug?
Yes. As a
Okay.
matter of fact, Andy,
Okay.
I'm glad you asked. We are going to be at Moon Tower Comedy Festival.
In Austin, Texas. 420, man.
420 to 425.
Doug Benson's there with weed.
And we'll be doing the podcast. We'll be performing stand-up. And we'll be hanging out. So get your tickets to Moon Tower right now. JFL Vancouver, if those of you who are in Vancouver, you have been postponed. It has been postponed, it looks like, until Memorial Day weekend.
You've been postponed.
You've been postponed. And those of you who are in Orlando, Florida, I had to postpone those dates mainly because of another gig, but I will be rescheduling Orlando. I apologize.
That's not the dates I'm going to, right? I'm going to Miami.
You're going to West Palm Beach
Woo-hoo.
with me.
I'm going to wear a Guayabera shirt.
Yeah,
And
go
pretend to be Cuban.
Go check out rosebudbaker.com for all my dates, my tour dates, and I will see you later. I won't see you later. I'll see.
I'll plug some stuff while
Whatever.
she does whatever
Help me.
she's doing right now. I will be at the Laugh Shop in Calgary, Alberta, February 24th and 25th and 26th or something like that. It's the weekend, whatever that weekend is. And then I will be at Wise Guys Jordan Landing March 4th and 5th, I believe. And then I will be in Helena and Bozeman the weekend of March 19th and 20th.
Yeah.
And all of those have to do with a penchant I have for skiing, which I will regret as soon as my body starts to hurt.
And while Andy's doing that, I will be doing
IVF. She met a guy that's going to donate some sperm.
That's not how IVF works.
And
dumbass.
She's going to freeze it and then give it to some kind of nurse.
I have to start taking estrogen pills in the middle of February. I'm going to fit this in. We're going to get it done.
We're going to get those babies in the cooler.
Yep. We're going to put those on ice.
And
up top.
Yeah. Little baby with some freezer burn.
I asked them how they do it, and this is what they said. They were like, well, we're going to bring you in after 2 weeks of you giving yourself shots in your ass while Andy's enjoying a ski trip, which I thought was mainly a stand-up trip, but turns out he's really going because he wants to ski. And I'll be giving myself these shots because my husband loves adventures.
Well, I'm just the best skier in comedy, so I feel like it's kind of my obligation to keep it up.
Yeah.
You know?
That is an important
legacy. A lot of people
legacy.
Would be upset if I wasn't skiing.
Right. And then after those 2 weeks of giving myself shots like a single woman who's unmarried, I will be going in. They will be putting a needle through my vagina into my egg. Yes, it is. This is what they said. Don't interrupt me. They said they're going to put it through my vagina into my egg, suck the fucking things out.
Ugh. And then into your ovary?
And then in the room next door, Andy will be doing the real heavy lifting, which is just jerking off into a cup.
Kind of heavy lifting if you consider how big my hog is.
Let me explain something to you. If you're able to jerk off to completion while I am getting a needle stuck through my vagina, I don't want your kid. I don't want it anymore.
Sorry. I'm actually allergic to your negative energy.
Oh.
But I think I will be jerking off to completion because I'm probably going to watch like some stepmom porn. You know?
With your actual stepmom in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Homemade.
You guys, we love you. We will talk to you next week. Wash your hands.
Don't look at your lover's eyeballs.
And don't spit in your ass.
Bye.